They could probably, you know you have diabetes. Aaron told me that you have diabetes.
Yeah, he gave me an injection. I've got diabetes.
Yeah, he's your best friend as well, innit? Your best friend, innit?
What?
He's your best friend.
Best stinking friend.
Like, he's your best friend.
No, so basically he took his blood out of his system, put it in my arm, and my arm's got diabetes.
But is he your best friend?
No.
Yeah, he is.
No.
He told me he would clap your face.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where this wet don went. How these wet dons are disappearing? No, oh no! If this guy pushes me right now, I'm actually gonna get so angry. Oh Jesus! I'm gonna get wheezy. Hey, don't kill each other yet. I'm trying to tell these people because I'm not assuming. I don't want these people to kill each other. So yeah. Wait, what's my live stream? Hey, what? Peek. Oh, you get shot down. Exactly. Easy. As I said. Peek or you get shot down. Hi, football skin. That didn't hit. Are you dumb? I thought I was mine, sir. He's hitting shots who are invisible to me. Done on this game. Hit this man for 87.
Definitely hit the bell notification. And once again, guys, we are giving out $10 million to one lucky winner today. We started right now, okay? Basically, probably wait till maybe 6 o'clock p.m. today. When I'm doing the other two videos. But once again, guys, we're going to choose one lucky winner. So if you want to win $10 million, all you have to do is make sure you smack the like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and definitely hit the bell notification. Now, if you don't want the $10 million, and if you want like a mod card, we do the gift card to friend, and we'll give you mod cards instead. Alright, but once again, make sure you smack that big old like right about now. Alright, guys, thanks so much for smacking the like. So once again, guys, I do want to basically give you a little quick update.
I'm good at the game! I'm back, and I'm not that black, yeah? So calm down. Blake, guess what I'm gonna hit this game? I might hit easy 40 bomb.
Oh.
Change my shit. What's the black one? What's the black one? Oh, your mom. Yes, he's listening to that song, Blake. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Suck your mom. Blake, what are you actually watching though? Because I'm on air.
Do you know how to do
You're on air.
The car notification glitch.
Car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get some weird car, or you have to get like a car, yeah? And I forgot the rest.
Oh.
I remember how to do it, but I just never did it. Cause like, every time I tried to sell it, it said 0.
Oh, 0.
Yeah, it's 0, so... My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining to ear to ear. Freak sick. How many times I made that exit the bubble came so I left quick.
Rodman is one weird dude, and that's putting it lightly. It's hard to forget all the bizarre things he's done, but perhaps there's more to the story of all that acting out. Here's Dennis Rodman's tragic, real-life story, from childhood outcast to NBA champ. When Rodman was 3 years old, his father went AWOL. Dennis Rodman is one weird dude, and that's putting it lightly. It's hard to forget all the bizarre things he's done, but perhaps there's more to the story of all that acting out. Here's Dennis Rodman's tragic, real-life story, from childhood outcast to NBA champ. When Rodman was 3 years old, his father went AWOL. Money was tight for the family, and his mother mainly divided her time between 2 jobs and church, so Rodman embraced the streets.
How would you describe what your life was like growing up?
It's like any typical black ghetto little person.
The future basketball star lacked height and athleticism in high school. According to Sports Illustrated, he got benched playing basketball and punted off the football team, which devastated him. Rodman found work as an airport janitor after graduation, where he ended up stealing roughly 50 watches. Rodman was arrested and almost faced criminal prosecution, but his buddies gave back the watches in the nick of time. At age 19, he was homeless for 6 months after his mom kicked him out. Luckily, his basketball ability kicked in when he hit a huge growth spurt. After squandering a scholarship at a junior college, Rodman returned to the streets. Luckily, a basketball coach at Southeastern Oklahoma offered him a second shot. Rodman was determined to turn his life around, and he did. But in 1993, Rodman briefly abandoned all hope. He had 2 NBA championships at that point and had earned multiple accolades for defensive excellence. But as he recounted in Bad As I Wanna Be, he wanted it all to end. Luxury had lost its luster, and he considered taking his own life. Though Rodman would go on to win 3 more NBA championships, his professional forecast wasn't sunny back then. He felt suffocated by fame and just wanted to be normal. Thankfully, Rodman opted not to pull the trigger, instead saying he mentally shot an image of himself that he didn't want to be. If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. 8255. While Rodman wanted to be normal in 1993, he dated Madonna 1995, Rodman boasted to Jet magazine, "She wanted to get married. She wanted to have my baby." Rodman allegedly dumped Madonna to prevent, quote, being perceived as piggybacking off her fame. Rodman and Carmen Electra wed in 1998, but the sparks fizzled quickly and they divorced in 5 months. Electra told ABC she got involved with Rodman after losing her mother to a brain tumor and described their relationship as a passionate distraction from grief. Abuse allegations arose during Rodman's marriage to his third wife, Michelle Moyer. Reuters reported that in 2003, police charged him with hitting Moyer, and during their divorce proceedings, Moyer asserted that Rodman, quote, had a history of domestic abuse. According to Dennis's mom, he couldn't stand booze until his father popped up out of the blue. Whether or not his father inspired Rodman's drinking, 1996 marked the start of an endless bender. Rodman purchased what the LA Times called his Newport party pad and launched an 8-year onslaught of raucous shindigs that prompted 80 police visits. In 2000, the same year he retired, a court ordered him to enter an alcohol program due to a DUI. In 2018, Rodman re-entered rehab after another DUI. Though he previously acknowledged seeing his adult daughter for, quote, a total of 5 days of her life,
Where did he come
he told
from?
Page 6 he wanted to get sober in order to, quote, see his kids grow up. While it doesn't excuse his suspensions, arrests, and abuse, the NBA's baddest bad boy has also done a fair amount of good. Perhaps because of past hardships, Rodman has a soft spot for the homeless. ESPN contributor Dan Feldman observed, Rodman used to pick up homeless people on his way to games, give them tickets, then take them shopping and give them money afterward. Sports Illustrated related that he used to drive through rough neighborhoods, doling out cash like a mobile ATM. He also took homeless people into his home so he could bathe and feed them. For the Chicago Tribune, when Rodman kicked an innocent cameraman, he received an 11-day suspension. In addition to paying $1 million fine, he voluntarily donated almost $577,000 to 11 charities. Doing the right thing doesn't suddenly overwrite wrongdoing, but it suggests he didn't always want to be bad.
From AAT to Cash, Open Study College offer over 450 courses that lead to independently accredited awards and qualifications. Open Study College, celebrating 10 years as the home of distance learning.
But Dennis Rodman, he said yes, and the rest was history. He knew nothing about North Korea before going there.
I knew nothing about North Korea. Nothing.
He thought he was in for just another autograph signing event. Instead, he met the supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Dennis had no idea who the man was at first.
Who's the leader? I don't know, right? I've never seen the guy.
So he was surprised when Kim walked into the basketball auditorium and the crowd went absolutely apeshit. To Rodman, the chanting crowd was an indication that Kim was a great and beloved leader. Little did he know that the pre-planted crowd were clapping out of self-preservation and fear. But Dennis was none the wiser.
And I've never seen nothing like that in my life. You know, I've never seen 20,000 people get so emotional. And I was just wondering why are they doing that? I mean, people right here, like they're clapping, crying. I'm like, wow.
Well, why are they doing that?
I had no clue. So next thing you know, interpreter said, you know, you sitting by. I said, nope. He said, this is our supreme leader.
Photographs of the two men sitting courtside together circulated. The New York Times called these images, quote, some of the strangest sights in the history of accidental American diplomacy. To onlookers, it seemed to be a sports exchange, similar to the ping-pong diplomacy which led to the opening of China in the 1970s. But the U.S. State Department denounced Rodman's visit as just a private trip by a private individual. Afterwards, Dennis Rodman went on a campaign to let the world know just how much he
Oh, I
loved
hear
Kim.
a little
He's my
shout.
friend first. He's my friend. I don't the world. He's my friend. I love him. He's my friend for life. I don't care what you guys think about him. I don't give a what people around the world
If
think
I
about
bloody
him.
axes, you'll break the whole floor.
We laugh. We sing karaoke. We do a lot of cool things together. And we ride horses. We hang out. We go skiing. He has to do his job. but he's a very good guy.
When asked about Kim Jong-un's crimes against humanity, Rodman simply contended that he didn't see it. Like all foreigners who visit North Korea, Rodman was taken on a propaganda tour. Although most see through it as a charade, Dennis, well, he took it at face value.
And Kim Jong-un, you said, is a friend for life, but he's a dictator who has suppressed other people, who has taken away some basic human rights. But you think everyone there is actually happy.
Yeah, I think because people don't see the good side about that country.
There was an immediate backlash, but he did have some supporters. Donald Trump praised his visit as a smart move. Before his second visit to North Korea in
It didn't even let me build.
Dennis told the Miami Herald that he was going there just to hang out and have some fun. But pressure mounted. People wanted him to ask his buddy, Kim, for the release of Americans being detained in the country's notorious